Halloween in Logan, Utah. Score by quarter. Good to have a cold drink on a chilly night. 24/7. San Diego State on top and on the move. Carson Baker, sophomore quarterback, third college start. Impressive tonight. So's this guy. And that's Greg Bell, the Nebraska transfer. Has run for well over 100 yards. And he's been dominant here in the second half.
I mean, look at that. 29 minutes of 15. Look at the yards, 424 to 142. And we talk about this defensive line wearing out a little bit. That's the reason why. I mean, they've been on the field for 30 minutes of this ball game. And the majority of the time it's been run. And this offensive line just really imposing their will here in the second half.
Now 3rd down and 6. Baker throws, man open. Bellinger a catch, but he's hit before the sticks. That is a good stop by Shaq Bond.
And quick throw, anticipation of going for it on 4th down. I like the decision here.
He's a yard shy. 4th and 1.
And just you got Bell obviously, and they've converted on running the football, and you know, the way they've been able to get Carson Baker on the run as well. Don't be surprised if you maybe see him rolling out for something quick. But like I said, when in doubt, you got 34 back there who's having a heck of a night.
Bell avoids a tackle and has the 1st down. He dives inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gary Anderson watching. You saw Brady Hoke on the other sideline. And it's slow to get up. He's a Utah State Aggie. But it's been a long night, as we showed you. Hale Motsu au Pauka. I just hammered that one, didn't I?
Yeah, just engage, number 92. I'll stick with just a number, Rich.
All right, I'm going to get there, though.
And
Motu a Puaka. Hale Motu a Puaka. Good to see that he's up and rolling. Baker goes back. Bell with a catch. Bell into the end zone. Touchdown. Greg Bell
can do it all.
Off the play action. That was quite the leap as well.
It's just, you anticipate some play action, and you're just going to get a little play action and kind of lose them. And then just great job, though, by Carson Baker getting through his read. You see his eyes, you see his feet. He went from 1 all the way to the right. Number 2 coming from left to right receiver, and then boom, let me find my back, Greg Bell out of the backfield. Easy completion when everyone drops, and then good things happen when you get number 34 the ball, whether it's in the run game or, as we see right there on that one, in the pass game as well.
Extra point is good. 31-7 San Diego State.
And he's playing like a monster right now, 34. Look at that. Little jump, another touchdown, 31-7.
They played the monster mash. Out from his...
Time now for our Old Trapper player of the game.
I think this is an easy one. Greg Bell has been just electric, really taking over the momentum that he carried or had in that first game last week, over 100 yards. And once again, over 100 yards today. You see him in the ground game, and then that last one out of the backfield as well. Just Mr. Do It All. Powerful, has the speed, the elusiveness, the hands, and he's been fun to watch these past 2 weeks to go along with 4 other really talented running backs, and I'm sure we're going to see a few more of these other guys here in the 4th quarter.
Now see the 2 catches for 29 yards in his career, including Nebraska and including last week. He had a total of 5 catches for just 14 yards. So
underutilized in the pass game, I'll say you that. I mean, this is what Jeff Heglinski, the offensive coordinator for San Diego State, said, listen, these guys are matchup nightmares, and they are. I mean, you look at the NFL and look at the great teams in college football, they find ways to get their running backs and tight ends matched up against linebackers and safeties and utilize them in just more than just running the football.
Well, Andrew Peasley now is going to get a series as he comes on, the sophomore out of LeGrand, Oregon. A prolific high school career. Peasley injured last year. Probably a little better of a vertical thrower, but still raw. Shelley's had his moments, and as you pointed out, hard to blame this kid for his performance tonight. He's had a few dropped, some key ones dropped, and receivers unable to get open, and a running game that was non-existent. And that's not a good start to this drive. Whistles and flags.
New quarterback, new cadence, new rhythm. You know, it may throw a center off.
Illegal snap, number 58, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And Peasley has gotten reps with the ones. I mean, the coaching staff told us that this week in our call is, you know, listen, if he goes in, it's not like he hasn't had an opportunity to work with the offensive line, work with these receivers. We've mixed them in during camp and obviously in week of preparation.
El Elyon Noah. And he's out to the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard carry. You know, reps is a relative term because, yeah, he's had reps, but nobody's had a lot of reps.
No.
In fact, I think it was San Diego State told us they had 12 practices in pads from the last game they played, the bowl game last year, to their opener, because spring ball didn't exist and
fall camp
was shortened, and then a short run up. And you know, especially with COVID, you have to be careful in practice.
Well, the issue is, I mean, most of these things, the last thing you did was put on pads because you were so worried about contact and contact tracing and everything that goes along with the difficulty of a COVID season. And, you know, they just haven't been as physical and been able to get as much done.
Well, that's actually a nifty catch. We've seen Tompkins with some magical moments tonight. That's a sliding catch.
We haven't seen him too much in the jet sweep game and getting him the ball as somewhat of a running back. It's been a little bit limited. I was expecting a little bit more just because of his speed. Oh,
3rd down and 1, and you're thinking that's an easy convert, and then Noah runs headlong into a couple of Aztecs. Segun Alubi in on the hit. And it's going to be 4th down and 2, and why not go for it? It's 31-7 in the 4th.
There you go.
Outside, number 2, defense with contact. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's a good way to pick up a first down. Brady Hoke's not happy about that.
You know, and I'm sure the message to this defense is right now, yes, we know this game's 31-7, but you know, we're talking about being as elite as we were on that side of the football as last season, and you have to be able to play all 4 quarters at an elite level.
You know, we haven't talked about Kirk Maddox yet, the defensive coordinator for San Diego State. He has enormous shoes to fill because since 2008, the defensive coordinator was Rocky Long. Long, of course, was the D coordinator when Brady Hoke was there, and then took the head coaching job and just had a marvelous run. But he was always the defensive coordinator as well as the head coach. And Kirk Maddox, who's worked with Hoke in a couple of places, has done a really nice job with this defense, especially tonight.
Yeah, and their goal was, I mean, they want to get some more turnovers. This is a defense that, you go back since 2015, has had 91 interceptions. Just havoc all over the place. And had the interception earlier today, but they want to get more. Almost had one right there.
And that number, Aaron Murray, and I said in the first half, these aren't just elite numbers in terms of Mountain West defense, but national defense. Those numbers of interceptions, 91 since 2015. That leads the country. Nobody has had more interceptions in San Diego State since 2015. Andrew Peasley at the controls. His first drive, faced with 3rd down and 6. Has to step up. We'll see how he can run. He does. Nice. Avoids a tackle inside the 25. Escapes out of bounds. He actually stepped out at the 27-yard line.
A little bit more elusive than maybe we were giving him credit for there in the first half. We were talking about Shelley as being the better athlete of the two, but that was an impressive run right there by Peasley. No one open downfield, pulling it and getting the first down.
Still nothing on the ground as Noah is hit. If you want to go back even one more year to 2014 with certainly Rocky Long as the defensive coordinator, and they're right back at it again this year. Look at that, 1st in the country in interceptions, 5th in scoring. That's since 2014. Noah lost the football. It's on the ground, and I think Noah got it back.
I mean, it's just going back to the defense. I mean, it's just the style they play. I mean, I just love the Aztec position. Dwayne Johnson, he's like a center fielder out there. He's like a 3rd safety that kind of just roams, and he plays in the box sometimes. He plays the nickel sometimes, and these guys are just running wild, having fun, creating havoc. They love all the blitzes, the stunts up front. I mean, you talk to everyone that's played in this defense for the past few years, and the number one thing is they just say it's fun, man. We just love our scheme. It allows us to go out there and play fast, play reckless, and make plays.
That was Dwayne Johnson Jr. or Rock Jr., but no relation to The Rock. Still, that position to me embodies San Diego State football. That Aztec position, it's a strong, strong safety position. That oozes Rocky Long and Brady Hoke.
Well, we asked Coach Maddox, what does it take to be the Aztec? And he said, listen, it takes a guy that's physical, smart, has to be able to stop the run, has to play man coverage, has to be able to disguise blitzes. I mean, he literally has to do everything besides maybe put a hand in the dirt. It's pretty much the only thing that position does not have to do.
That's good special teams work. Nicely done near the end zone there. Xavier Steele downs it at the 1. Aztecs in control on Halloween.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Ice Cold Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. And by Verizon, the network more people rely on gives you more.
Halloween, Logan, Utah. San Diego State in control here. 8.5 minutes left, 4th quarter. And Utah State, when the schedule came out, facing probably the 2 best defenses in the conference. Boise State last week, and they were wiped out in Boise. Almost a safety. I think he got out. Good spin move there. Chase Jasmine escaping.
Yeah, I thought he was dead to rights right there. Great job by the big front Marcus Moore, number 95, to disrupt in the backfield, pretty much unblocked. But once again, this deep running back crew, they got talent. 3rd, 4th, 5th guys back there can still make you miss.
2nd down 10. Carson Baker at the helm. That's Chase Jasmine. He was the 5th running back to play in this game for San Diego State. There's your leading rushers. Chance Bell is just 2 yards shy of 100. Baker's run for 26. 4 of the 5 running backs in their career have a 100-yard gain.
Look at that, 305 tonight, 287. That's a great way to start the season. Just really dominating the offensive line.
Bouncing it outside, Jasmine to the 18-yard line. There is a great legacy of running backs at San Diego State. I mean, I guess the most famous was Marshall Faulk, right? That started. But when Brady Hoke got it rolling, and then when Rocky Long took over, then you had a run of the Ronnie Hillmans, Donnell Pumphrey, Rashad Penny.
Yep. I mean, if Carson Baker can continue to be this efficient as well, I mean, 18 to 27, 163, 2 touchdowns, just to give the threat of throwing the ball, you're going to continue to see these crazy stats from these running backs.
It will be interesting, and I'm sure someone will ask him in the course of next week, Gary Anderson's comparison for San Diego State and Boise State, because those are the two defenses, those are the two teams that Utah State had to play right out of the chute. And the result looks eerily similar to last week.
Yeah, two teams that just, especially on the defensive side of the football, can just dominate a football game. When you look at Boise State, and you know, there's some grown men, there's some guys that can play in the Power 5. And then you can say the same thing about San Diego State. The way they play, the scheme, the personnel, the speed, it's just tough to move the ball.
Look at Jasmine with the spin. Jasmine is a senior, was a boxer originally. You don't see that in too many bios. He's run for over 1,100 yards in his career at San Diego State. This is week 2 in the Mountain West. Boise State fell down early, but then put their foot on the gas and beat Air Force. Air Force now 0-2. San Jose State is 2-0. A win over Air Force, and they handled New Mexico in San Jose, and that game obviously was, if you follow the Mountain West, was supposed to be in Albuquerque. This is a loose one. Jordan Bird is off and racing, and he's got speed, and he's got a touchdown. 72 yards. My goodness.
Once again, all the big plays in the run game, and there's been a lot, but the majority of them seem to come on the right side, just behind number 73. Once again, William Dunkel, it just dominates the right. I mean, just watch from him. Look at that, just dominating, getting up, logging his man. And then what they say about Williams, or excuse me, about Bird, elite speed. He gets in the open field, you ain't gonna catch him. You saw a little bit of taste of that right there on the long touchdown run.
New Mexico State champion in high school in the 100-meter and the 200-meter. And not bad in the 73-yard dash, which that was.
Once again, this offensive line, these running backs are deep, having a game.
Keys to the game, Aaron Murray.
Well, San Diego State hit their keys, that's for sure. The running attack, 396, 6 players with rushing attempts. Defensively, did a great job eliminating the explosive plays. Utah State, man, they just got to find some receivers, more consistency in that passing game, and then just not enough chaos created. You really saw the offensive line for San Diego State dominate along with those running backs and just have a field day on their way to 38 points here midway through the 4th quarter.
38-7, San Diego State Aztecs, a big win in their opener last week against UNLV. Devin Tompkins trying to get out of bounds, and he does. Run the football, young men. Whew.
I mean, you start the season off 111 yards last week in the opener for Greg Bell. Come out this week, 157. Chance Bell, 98. Jordan, the one rush, and he makes the most of it, 73 yards. And you know, even Greg Bell, the backfield, had the great catch on the swing route for the touchdown. 2 catches, 29 yards, and like I said, that touchdown right there. Just, you know, they want to use these backs in multiple ways. use two of them in the game at the same time. A lot of eye candy, motions and shifts, and throw it to them out of the backfield. That you can just do so much in creating mismatches against defenses.
And now Utah State, Andrew Peasley. Quick shot to Devin Tompkins. Flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 24, defense. 15 yards added to the end of the run. First down.
That's Alubi, number 24. Sagun Alubi, the senior out of Corona.
That's just silly. I mean, listen, the game's out of hand right now, 38-7. Just no cheap shots.
Well, he tried to help him up, Aaron.
No.
Don't you get special bonus points for that? That is almost intercepted. Thompson trying to slide in on a ball that went in and out of the hands of Brock Lane, the freshman tight end.
That's another area of improvement for this Utah State team. Is it just, you go back to the first possession, and I think it was Lane there in the first possession that missed a deep cross route that would have been a first down, and I think would have crossed the 50-yard line. Just too many drop passes and too many times of not being able to win a man-to-man coverage.
That's a nice throw to the far side of the field, and a catch there by Jordan Nathan. We haven't talked about it a lot. We did mention it. Carson Terrell, the starting tight end for Utah State, out and missing. And they played without their starting tight end, and their starting running back, Jalen Warren, has not played tonight.
Yeah, and Scarver, one of the receivers, 11, has played in limited action so far in this game as well.
Peasley's throw, that's intercepted. Rashad Scott, the sophomore, add another one to the total. Since 2015, no team in college football has more interceptions than San Diego State.
Yeah, that's just a young quarterback, and Peasley just eyeing down his receiver way too long. Immediately took his eyes over there. And this defense is too fast. They are going to make you pay with their second interception of the ball game.
Dominant is San Diego State. Both sides of the ball. Coming up next, inside college football. Lot of games, lot of highlights. Wait till you see the catch from this game, Devin Tompkins. It's right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Inside college football coming up. Defense for San Diego State has been splendid tonight.
Oh my goodness, I mean, at all three levels, this defense is fun to watch. They can get after the quarterback. Katie McDonald is just tremendous off the edge, and then right there you see Rashad Scott, number 20, the safety, backup safety, making the interception. 2 INTs, been getting after the quarterback, just disruptive in the run game, been a lot of fun to watch.
Lucas Johnson hands off to Kagan Williams, the junior out of Cedar Hills, Texas, who went for 89 yards last week. And there's a look at Johnson, transfer from Georgia Tech, a San Diego native, a junior, 2 starts, 16 appearances at Georgia Tech. Under 4 minutes left. San Diego State has dominated from the get-go. They very easily could have 48 points in this one. Missed a couple field goals, left points on the field in the first half. Williams reverses. Flag is down. And were it not for that scramble and throw as the clock expired and the great catch by Tompkins, they'd be pitching a shutout right now.
Holding, number 77, offense. 10 yards from the previous spot, second down.
Tell you what, the only thing, you see early in the season, there's something to nitpick and work on, and you watch this team, and the only thing I would say after tonight for San Diego State is their long snapper and holder need to figure out how to get the laces facing away from the kicker. That's about the only negative thing that occurred for this football team tonight, is just the execution of the snap and hold So give their kicker a better opportunity so he's not staring at laces every time he kicks the football.
What now? A 38-7 ball game at this point. Carson Baker tonight, 18 of 27, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. What'd you think?
He improved. I mean, that's what the coaching staff wanted to see from him is, can he take that next step of, you know, he didn't take over the game, but he doesn't have to. I mean, when you have an offensive line the way they're playing, when you got 5 running backs that are playing the way they're playing, you know, you manage the game, you take your shots when you have the opportunity. You're going to get some one-on-one coverages, and I thought he played a darn good football game. He more accurate than he was week 1. So I think, like I said, he took a step in the right direction. If he can continue to do that and make this offense more and more balanced, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a dangerous team going forward along with that defense.
Leka Lotutele with the carry there. Last game with 400 yards rushing was 2017, 410 yards. Now last week, after San Diego State ran for 287, their MVPs, the team award MVPs, were their 2 offensive tackles, Zachary Thomas and Kyle Spalding. I like that. I mean that's where it all starts, right?
Well, that's what the coaching staff said. They said we will go as far as our tackles will take us this year. And you throw in those tackles along with Duncan or Dunkel and Capra and Alama, the center, and
Our penalty, 4th down.
it's a heck of an offensive line, and you know we know they can run block, and they've proven these past 2 weeks that they're getting better and improving in time when it comes to pass protection as well.
Tanner Kugin is in, and he's going to punt.
Tanner Kugin on.
Well, that's a 58-yard punt. San Diego State's upcoming schedule, and because it's an odd season and an 8-game schedule, and they had BYU on, they'll play only 7 conference games, and they'll play BYU. And that's almost the exact duplicate of Boise State. They play BYU and play 7 conference games. Though, as you notice, the Aztecs don't play BYU, or excuse me, they don't play Boise State at all this year. They do not play as well. I believe they miss Air Force, Wyoming, and New Mexico as well. And his win percentage, Tompkins makes the catch. Win percentage after the season is up for the top 2 teams to get into the championship game. And a formula as well similar to see who hosts that championship game. And Utah State has to travel to go to Nevada. That's a nice hold there for John Gentry. Lost the football, and the Aztecs have yet another turnover.
When it rains, it pours sometimes, and good or bad, but that's Michael Swaffcroft, number 46, with the recovery in this defense. Just great job, great tackle, and the strip.
Well, that's a strip and a recovery. That's double duty.
Double duty is right, and just throw it in. Another turnover for this defense to add to that incredible toll that they've had over the years. And you know, it's just, I don't care who it is. I think it's just more of a mentality thing. First string, second string, third string. These guys just they just play with so much energy, so much excitement, and just so much fun and enthusiasm for the scheme.
And this is take a knee and let the clock run. (38-7). San Diego State's going to go to 2-0. And we told you at the outset, they feel like they belong in the top 25. They feel that they belong in the discussion of Group of 5 for a New Year's 6. And obviously their season has just begun. This is game 2. Boise State is in that conversation. San Diego State says they belong, and I believe them.
Yeah, after what we've seen these first 2 weeks, and we know historically we keep talking about this defense, and this defense is really darn good this year. We can tell right now, and the way they're running the football, this is going to be a tough team to take down in the Mountain West. And if they continue to play like this, it won't be long before they're in the top 25.
Well, you, Sherry, and I get to see them next week down in Carson, where they're playing their home games this year against 2-0 San Jose State. Two 2-0 teams for us next week. Aaron Murray, San Diego State, and San Jose State in Southern California. Boise State came from behind to beat Air Force. They sit at 2-0. They're in the top 25, and you got to think that San Diego State, with this win on the road in Logan, Utah, is going to get closer to that top 25 as well.
Yeah, and obviously the more games they play as well, the better chance they are to creep in. It's just hard when there's teams in the top 25 that have played 4, 5, 6 games already, but they'll get their opportunity. The more they're on TV, the more they're playing, the more wins they keep stacking, it's only going to improve their chances. And we all know they're a good football team. Like I said, they just need, I think, 1 or 2 more W's, and they'll be in that top 28.
That guy was incredible today, Greg Bell. He ran for 161 yards on 22 carries and averaged 7 yards a carry. And for Brady Hoke and the Aztecs, this is his first year of the second run. And he's down below with our Sherry Burris. Sherry?
Well, Coach, that was a fast start to start the game and coming out of the third quarter. Was this the most complete game in what you wanted to see at this point to start your season?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think our guys were energized. They played hard for each other, so it was really it was fun to watch them have fun.
Greg Bell, they're really leading the way with the rushing yards, but it's really success by committee with your run game. Only one ball. How do you pull it off with your squad?
Well, we got a bunch of great kids, and they really enjoy playing for each other, and they're happy with each other's success. So I think it speaks to what this program's been about.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sherry, good work down there tonight, and we'll see you next week in Southern California. Big night for the Aztecs here on Halloween in Logan, Utah. For Aaron Murray, Sherry Burris, and our entire CBS Sports crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After a short break, stay tuned for Inside College Football. So long from Logan, Utah. Thanks for watching. Stay safe tonight.